Ba-ba-ba-boo, boo, boo, ba-ba-boo.
I might need to look up where the next one starts, because I thought it was going to start here. Unless it is this one. It might be this one, because that one's level 100. Let's go have a look. Oh. Sorry, my stomach is very angry. It always feels very jittery. Yeah, it is. Here it is. It is here. And we'll make sure I've got my things fired up. Although there isn't really any fighting when it comes to Hildebrand stuff. It's mostly story. Let's go. A need for speed. Emma, I was hoping you'd drop by. Took a bit of doing, but I was able to widen the crack I made with that storage device and yank out a couple new scraps of data. The first file just so happens to be a record of Carnelian's procedure. Seems the bastard's soul was poured into one of those clot-type monsters. They've got an annoying talent for mimicking shapes and faces, which is exactly what Carnelian took advantage of when he tricked us with his fake Kamaka. Never fear, Inspector Hildebrand is here. The other file I pulled had details on yet another monster-fied criminal. Nashu, you're so adorable. Pet, 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 pet. This mook was nabbed for repeated vehicular violations, riding his air-wheeler too fast, making reckless maneuvers, endangering others, that sort of thing. According to the data, he's running around in the body of a cactus now. Oh dear. Judging by what we've seen of that researcher's schemes, he'll have dispatched the prickly speed demon somewhere outside the dome. But where? Rejoice, my good detective, for I, Hildebrand, agent of inquiry, come bearing the very direction you seek. I have it straight from the mouth of a real Kamaka that an ambulatory cactus piloting a flying contraption was supposedly observed streaking through the sky on a southerly bearing. Ignore my DM until later, puppy. Just have a little look before you raid out. Okay. Alas, despite hastening to confirm this sighting, our intrepid sheriff arrived too late to see the needle-covered individual in question. The report was summarily dismissed as fanciful imaginations of inebriated townsfolk. The incessant chirp of veteran instinct nonetheless impelled me to investigate. Thus did my faithful assistant and I venture further south to question the colourful crowds of Tuliyodel. Tuliyolal! Tuliyodel? Yes. There to find sober witnesses eager to tell of an airborne succulent. Hi, Sam. Hi. Hold on. Hold on. Can I please? Oh my god. There's a freaking advert. You twat. There's a precious voidy boy on the window. Sam. Getting done. Hey, you're heading off. I'm Sam. Hi. Okay? You good? Yeah? Yeah? Hey, good boy. I will plug my phone in case he does decide he wants to jump off. Are you thinking about it? He's a fussy boy. Oh my god. What? Yeah. He's a fussy boy. What? Yeah. Yum, 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 yum. I don't know if his meows are coming through this time. Okay. They said it was moving at an incredible pace. Oh, sorry, this is Nashu's. They said it was moving at an incredible pace, sat astride a vehicle like the ones the mechanical invaders had ridden. I was last seen zipping past a dirigible before vanishing into the clouds in the south. Alexandria's soldiers ride on air-wheelers, so unless there's another flying cactus out there somewhere, I think we have our man. Good work. Almost too good, in fact. Over there. Is that a new case I spy? Hardly had to bait the hook. They're the real deal, all right. Although, come to think of it, don't know why anyone would bother impersonating either of them to begin with. At least the lead seems solid enough. But if we're serious about catching this guy, we'll need a air-wheeler of our own. Come on, there's a shop nearby that does custom jobs. Ooh. If you get a mount out of this. I mean, I've already got the air-wheeler, unless it's a special one. I guess we'll find out. Yum. This is the place. I used to be a regular here, but I ain't been back in a while. Let's see if they remember me. Cutscene. Well, look who the wind blew in. Monon, I've come for my steed. That battered old scrap heap? Been rusting on my garage floor for so long, I doubt it could manage a slow trot, let alone a gallop. Happy to give it a tune-up if your credit's to burn, but I'll need you to supply some parts. A new high-voltage battery, and a superconductor coil at minimum. The chronometer's ticking. I'll see if I can't get my hands on a battery, but can I ask you to track down the coil? These softball dopes wouldn't know a suspension spring from an anti-gravity gimbal, but you I can trust to find the right part without cracking under this pressure. I'm on it, detective. Hildebrand seems desperate to get his air-wheeler up and running, so I'll give you a tip. You want a coil quick light? Then salvaging the riders of defense sentries is your best bet. I'll even lend you this handy gadget to help you out. Set off the distress signal on the west side of Alexandria, and you'll soon have some murderous mechanical company to dismantle for parts. Looks like there is going to be some fighting. Nice. I'll take these two along with me for the battery hunt. Good luck out there. Alright. Yum. Yeah, let's just teleport over here actually. Ba-bum, bum, 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 ba-da-dum, da-dum, da-dum, da-da-dum. Yum. All right. Hey. Great. Back to Sol 9. Easy, easy. Back to here. There we go. Well, get your hands on a coil. One superconductor coil. Partly used. Aye, that should do the trick. Where did you and mates run off to? Can't be that hard to find a store that sells batteries. You'd probably head over to the Nexus arcade and see what's keeping them. Of course I have to do everything! Why am I not surprised? Oh my god.
Medium white star, you tried.
Yeah. This isn't one to go. Nexus arcade, that was it. There they are. What's holding you guys up? Any trouble picking up that coil? Nothing you couldn't handle, I'll wager. As for the battery, I bought one easily enough. The problem was convincing the inspector and his gal to stick around after he caught a whiff of tantalizing familiarity. Long story short, they wandered off and haven't come back. Suppose we ought to go look for them, eh? Oh, for God's sake. Where have those two gone off to now? Alright. As a heads up, there's an ad break incoming. I will be continuing. Oh, never mind. I think a mod snooze the ads. Is that a corpse? Hiding corpse? You needn't fret, detective. This dapper zombie is an old acquaintance of mine. Allow me to introduce myself, good sir. I'm a proud member of the Gentle Deadmen and disciple of Master Zombiebrand. I've been on the road seeking out new recruits for our merry mouldering band. Said search is what brought me here and into the midst of this unexpected yet most welcome reunion. I don't usually hold with necromancy, but he seems harmless enough. So, if you're done catching up, we've got a case to work on. In actual fact, our conversation was almost entirely case adjacent. Employing his nose for festering fellows, this gentle zombie traced the stench of necromantic decay to the very facility in which I once slumbered. Yes, I became fast friends with one of the reanimated researchers there. During the process of getting to know each other, he spoke briefly on the only person left alive after the incident. According to my new charnel chum, all the lab workers perished when an accident resulted in the leakage of a highly toxic substance. All, that is, save for a single man who habitually wore a protective gas mask. Keshkai is his name. He was second in charge after the overseer himself, yet disdained by his peers as a condescending know-it-all. They did, however, grudgingly recognize his passion for his work. Even after devoting a full day to official experiments, he would pour his remaining time and energy into some mysterious side project. Hey, yo boy. Welcome in. And he was the sole surviving researcher, you say? Sounds like we finally have a name for our mastermind. Courtesy of the shambling undead, no less. No matter how many years I do this job. Well, thanks for that. Glad to be of service. Now, if you excuse me, my new recruit and I have a cafe tour planned. So that fellow was an honest-to-God walking corpse, huh? I've met weird folks in my line of work, but do you always keep company with such oddballs? That was out of line. It's just, I reckon there are forces in this world you're better off not messing with. Anyway, let me take these parts back to Monom and get my wheeler repaired. Shouldn't take too long. I'll ride him back here to make sure he's running smoothly, and you can see the magnificent beast in all his glory. Also, just a minor thing, but I prefer the P in puppy to not be capitalized if you are saying werepuppy, because remember it's like werewolf, not we are. I know some people get mistaken with that. But it would help to avoid that confusion. Yeah. Just make sure not to capitalize the P if you're saying werepuppy. Yeah. Thank you. Detective Hildebrand seems somewhat nervous. Excited to reclaim his pride and joy, perhaps? Oh. Okay. Whoa. What? Okay, that looks cool. Cool! Would you look at that? What do you think, Emma? I call him Night Stallion. He's a custom job built for yours truly, and has far too much horsepower for the average mook to handle. Anti-gravity capabilities are standard. When it comes to ground speed, it has been tweaked to achieve the highest possible performance. The trick is to install quick heated motor coils. But won't the increased heat compromise the magnetic field's integrity, you ask? Well, that's a valid concern. A hotter drivetrain responds completely differently when you open up the throttle and... You get those filthy hands off my ride. I merely thought to enhance your beloved steed with a touch of Salamanderville.
Everybody get hydrated.
He'll hydrate. At least hydrate. Alright. So you've had this amazing machine this whole time. Why haven't you been riding it until now? Ah, so fresh-faced and innocent. The spitting image of my assistant. I'll never forget the day I hung up my spurs. It was right after I'd caught Carnelian. Okay, here we go. He's already on it! I've been simmering in thoughts of vengeance, fit to burst my shell at any moment. You're not allowed to ride in the Alright. You're not allowed to ride in the cities. Literally doesn't let you pull your mount out. I guess they don't follow the rules. Oh no. Whoa! The Akira slide, yeah! Amazing. The big house is too good for the likes of the Crime King. See you in hell, Your Majesty. Uh-oh. Should have pulled the trigger when you had the chance. You've gone soft, hardy-boiled. I'll come back. This flashback exceeds the legal length. What the fuck? Laced with illicit embellishments, no doubt. Wrap it up, Gumshoe! Oh my god. The cut to the chase. My assistant was avenged. Slinging the Crime King into the slammer took me off the boil, and riding cold just ain't my style. But now that Carnelian's on the streets again, time for me to get back in the saddle. They were saying that Cactapunk flew over Thule whatever, then blew past the dirigible on its way south, right? What kind of territory are you looking at? South of Tuliolal. Lots of big trees, are there? Then let's make this Yaktel's dirigible landing our starting point. Ah, yeah, Yaktel. I'll take Night Stallion and meet you there. Okay. He's battered up again. Alright. Right, shall we find our way to this cocktail dirigible landing? See you there. Cocktail? I'm pretty sure it was Yaktail, Inspector. Fuck's sake, Hildy. Fuck's sake. Alright. We'll go to Ilbrax. Ikbrax. Alrighty. It's over near that bit further. Is it? Ah, no, it's here. Yeah, I see it. Oh, you made it. Even this jaded old gumshoe has to appreciate that view coming in over the treetops. Anyway, I talked to the locals while waiting for you lot to arrive. One fellow had seen Mr. Cactus flying down to the lower forests and told that the biggest place out that way is a settlement called Mamook. So that'll be our next destination. Let's head over there, walk the streets, ask some questions, you know, the usual. Very good, detective. What's become of your wondrous wheeler? Night Stallion would draw more attention than I'd like, and use the autopilot function to call him if I need him. But otherwise, I'll make do with my own 2 feet. Okay, so what was the point in getting it fixed? Alright. I can just fly down here. Onwards to Mamook. Into the forest. There we go. That must be Mamook. They build things different down here, huh? We ain't got time to admire the architecture. Spread out and find someone who clapped eyes on that cactus. Alright. Yeah? Yes. Hello? Oh, why yes, I did see an unusual creature riding a strange vehicle through the forest at breakneck speeds. The vehicle's terrible noise is what first drew my attention, followed by the incomprehensible yelling of its pilot. Yet the sight of this posturing man-plant was so absurd, I found myself more bemused than frightened. Alright. Yes, I've encountered the fiend you described. The forest has its share of fantastical creatures, but this one was undeniably out of place. I observed it smashing one of the giant meteorites of the club, then racing away with the broken pieces. Make of that what you will. Okay. Select a meteorite, please, Pete. Feather on. Ah. You. Hooja. The subject of recent gossip. Crossed paths with the creature myself, and it was indeed odd, but the machine it rode upon was a true wonder. He pulled up alongside me in my wiry, challenged us to a race, and then zoomed off with astounding swiftness. If you plan to catch that fiend, you need an equally miraculous mount. Okay. Head back up here. Ugh. So what's the rap? The testimonies I gathered were very much the same. There is a cactuar racing around out there. That much can be certain. But if he's making stops to bag meteorite fragments, well, this ain't no simple joyride. Talk to me, Emma. Something about those rocks I ought to know. Wow. Some kind of special etheric radiation, eh? Well, I haven't pieced together Keshk's big plan yet, but he seems real interested in those space stones. Which means we got a good chance of finding his spiky goon by staking out the spots where the meteorites are. If we nab the cactuar, we can make him lead us to the researcher, and to Carnelian. When I say us, I mean me and Night Stallion, of course. Once we find him, the rest of you won't be given chase without an airwheeler. I need no such contrivance. These legs have been conditioned by an intensive chocobo-bearing exercise regime. I do have an airwheeler. Oh, good luck to them. Still think he's a weak-willed punk, but I can't deny that uncanny body of his is made of sterner stuff. Let's get on with it then. I hear there's a good-sized meteorite alongside the road that leads out of town. We'll start at the near end and hope the mook puts up an appearance. I need to stop yawning, God. Making my surprise face go off. Really shouldn't be this tired. Not done that much. A wheeler riding cactus around here. Let's move on. Ugh, that idiot inspector. Took off like he had the case all sewn up. But running fast didn't find him any leads, did it? And here I thought he was onto something. This way, that away, Nashu. I think I may be onto something. Oh! Okay. Oh, fucking hell. Ah. Okay. Welcome back, Queenie. No sign of him here either. On to the next meteorite. There they are. I detect a hint of criminality. In that direction. Onwards, Nashu. We mustn't let that detective beat us to the punch. I love her. I love her so much. I just want to give her a big hug. Nashu Shrine one. I don't think they do a portrait specifically of Nashu. They have one of the pair of them. Oh. Oh my god. Okay. Look out and stand aside, or it's 1,000 needles in your hide. Make way for the unmatchable, uncatchable Spike. What the fuck? Okay, that's a thumbnail. That's a thumbnail. This one looks right for the smashing. Hold it right there. I'm gonna need you to hop off that air wheeler. Huh. You must be the blowhards I was warned about. Think you can give orders to the succulent speedster? My ride is maxed out with black market mods. There ain't no one faster. Keep up if you can, slowpokes. Oh boy. If that's the way it's gonna be, challenge accepted. To me, Night Stallion, it's time to burn rubber. Oh my god. I'm right behind you! And I'm right behind you, Inspector. I love these guys. Oh my god. Yeehaw! Damn it, the stallion's at full gallop and I'm still trailing. It would seem you require my assistance after all. What? You caught up with me? On foot? Fine, change your plans. Where's my damn python? I'll just treat the weapon element settings like so. With you steering and me providing the thrust, that fiend will soon learn a harsh lesson. Nothing outruns a fired up Mandeville man. Oh my god! I'm gonna die! I'm gonna die from laughing at these! Oh my god! What the fuck? Are they actually gaining on me? Come on then, I feel the needle for speed. Need the needle for speedle? Oh my god. We did it! Victory is ours! Ah! Oh no! Ah! Uh-oh! Oh no! Ah! A bit late to cool it off, I think, Ina. Just a bit. I can't believe it. My undefeated record, my legendary win streak, it's over. 2 idiot trees. And yet, feel strangely content. Enough, you win. Just hand me over to the coppers and be done with it. Oh, okay. Oh, the researcher forced you to work for him, like he did with the other fiends. That's right, told me to smash and grab the meteorites from the forest, but not what he wanted them for. All this way to nab some delinquent goon, and no leads to Keshkawi or Cornelian to show for it. Not to mention my beautiful ride getting trashed. That one's on you, Hildebrand. Perhaps we can try running together next time. God. If you're looking for Keshkawi, I know exactly where he'll be. Waiting for my meteorite delivery over by the cliffs southwest of here. Why did you say that sooner? I bet Cornelian is there with him. You won't escape me this time. I leave this criminal cactus in your custody. Fiendish appearances aside, there's a man's soul within, so please treat him accordingly. Now, let us follow the detective to these cliffs, shall we? I must ensure these villains are served a gentleman's justice. Alright. By the way, I think I know what I want my next t-shirt design to be. and it's going to be based off one of my emotes, but I will need to obviously draw over it to blow it up. But I want this on my t-shirt. But obviously I drew this to a Telegram sticker size. So I will need to like redraw it. I'm wondering about like having like a bit of a banner below it with like the heavenly cheese text on it. Something like that. Honestly, I just want a plain colour t-shirt with no text and just that image on the back. On the back? Not the front? That's fair. I guess I could just do a blow-up version of that. Yeah, true. Shh, I can hear them just up ahead. Let me get the drop on them before we all go barging in. Because if I wear a vest over it, it's just a plain black t-shirt. I guess, but then you may as well just wear a plain black t-shirt if you've not got the design on show. I don't know. If you're going to have a design on the back, you want a design on the front as well, really. He's late. We must assume something went wrong. These meteorites will provide the perfect energy source. And I would prefer to harvest the surplus. There's too great a risk to linger here. Freeze, mage. You so much as twitch your lips and I'll light you up. No, I've worked too hard to give up now. I guess I could put both up. I mean, it is print on demand. We'll see if I sell any. Getting away. He'll keep. I've got the one I want. But don't think I'm taking you in just so you can escape. Never again. Murder's not the answer, detective. Oh no! Where did Cornelian go? Ah! Ew. You almost had me, if not for this bumbling fool you tolerate. Soft as ever. You and me are done, Hildebrand. Stay out of my way. Uh-oh. My recent inadequacies as an inspector appear to have earned the detective's ire. Towards you he turned for assistance in this case, Emma. It's only fitting that you remain at his side for the duration. Meanwhile, Nasho and I shall persist with our independent inquiries. Alright. Sorry for the sudden exit back there, but that yoke for brains had me steaming. Hildebrand only wants to help. That's the problem. His help ain't nothing but a hindrance. Uh-oh. For the love of, I see you skulking over there, soft-boiled. Isn't this a delightful spot of serendipity? We were simply following the villain's trail, and look how we've all run into each other. Completely by chance. Oh, well, we were only passing through after all. We shall apprehend that mastermind with their own tried and true mythology, you shall see. Oh, Hildebrand. Emma, I want you on the case with me from here on out. When it comes to a proper guide beyond the dome, as well as being tougher than yours truly, no one else fits the bill. You might need to cool your heels a bit while I work on salvaging more data, but Hardyboard always gets his files in the end. See you around. Alright. And there's another story. Nice, nice, nice. Meanwhile, elsewhere... Uh-oh. At long last, my scheme is come to fruition. No longer must I endure the company of incompetent colleagues. All is in readiness. The replication of my brilliant mind is at hand. Never again will I be known as the canny locker corpse's second best. My name shall ring across the lands, carried far and wide by an army of unrivaled geniuses. He's behind you! Something amusing? Oh, just the fact that you repaired a device capable of miracles, yet your plans for it are so very banal. Banal? Why does his mask have a styled mustache? Oh no, now I can't unsee it. No, it reminds me of the things that hang down on on Queenie. You dare mock me? Can't unsee. And the noise is sorry, Queenie. What a boy he was. Now to realize a dream worthy of this marvelous technology. Oh. I recognize that. Uh-oh. The aliens are back. What's up? Yeah. Detective Hildebrand, they call me. Freaking eggs. Cool and tough as a cucumber, wrapped in old leather. I'm a man who prefers his own company. Today's egg was overdone. I let the pot boil and boil, a match to my mood. Uh-oh. They say you can't make a cracked shell whole again. Maybe it's time I smashed it completely. Core! There's some troubling thoughts. Can anyone save Detective Hardboiled from himself? I bet the inspector can. With us on the case, a happy ending is never far away. See you, Inspector! Oh my god, okay, we're caught up with that. Alrighty. Cowboy Bebop reference at the end. Aye. Oh, they do that on everyone, don't they?
Thank you for watching. Be sure to check out my socials here and make sure to subscribe and click the bell for all future notifications. Bye.